So at times, people ask me why I charge for the Cobra Breath and for Kriya teachings. And I'd like to first start by saying that no sincere aspirant who's ever wanted to learn Kriya from me has been denied based on money. So if you're interested and you're in a tight financial situation, just get in touch with me and we'll work something out. But to answer the question a little more fully, it has to do with actually the benefit of the student and the benefit of the world and balance in the world. My teachers, Sunyata and other teachers, told me you have to charge. You have to charge for the teachings. And they had their reasons, which I'll get into. But being me, and if you know me, or if you learn from me, or if you ever do learn from me, you'll hear me say all the time, I don't believe in believing. I have to experience it for myself. I have to know. Because life is a do-it-yourself experience. You have to experience it for yourself. And that's the same with spirituality. So when they told me I have to charge, me being idealistic and me wanting to understand, I gave it away for free. And what I found was that almost no one that I gave it to ever received the benefit of it. There were one or two exceptions, but by and large, whoever I gave it to, they didn't take it seriously. They took it for granted. They didn't value it. And so they didn't practice and they didn't get the use out of it. And so in the end, it feels like I did them a disservice by not charging them. Because there's something in the human psyche, particularly in the West, but really all around, in which you don't value something you're given for free. If you pay for it, if you put some kind of value, even a token value into it, then you have more appreciation for it, and you put more into it, you get more out of it. And my teachers knew this, and this is what Sunyata said to me, and this is what other teachers and mentors said to me. But I had to see it for myself, and it's true. And so for people to receive the value, they need to give something for it. Another reason is karmic balance, and you're giving something without receiving something, you're receiving something without giving something, and then there's a misbalance. And Sunyata was very serious about that. Like, he doesn't want anybody owing him karmically or vice versa. And so that's another reason for it, is to maintain a level of balance. So then the question is how much to charge. And honestly, what I charge for my classes is completely arbitrary. I mean, there's no way to value something that's beyond price. And what is the value of your spiritual growth, of living this life with a purpose, of being healed and whole and being to follow who you are and the reason you incarnated, the reason why you're here, your purpose in life? How can you value that? What if taking these practices and doing them, following the practices, saves you a year of your spiritual development, a decade, 3 decades, right? What value is that? How much is the time that you have on this earth? How much does that mean to you? How can you value that? How can you price that? So there is no value. To me, this is the most valuable thing in the world, to come here and live your life with the purpose that you came here for, instead of spinning your wheels. So yeah, it's beyond price. So I just randomly pick a price that helps me pay some of the bills and compensate some of the time that I put in for it, and to help people value it. But it's all just a matter of perspective, because a single mother earning, or a single parent earning minimum wage with 2 children, $300 is a lot of money. Somebody making $1 million a year, $300 is not much money. Okay, so the purpose is to find a level. And when people ask me, how can how can we work this out? I'm in a tight financial situation. How can we work this out? What I say is, pick an amount that stings, that you feel, that's not easy for you to just give away, but something that doesn't harm your life. I don't want your children or you even going without a meal because you want to pay for Cobra Breath, and Kriya teachings. But if you're going to have to miss a trip to Hawaii or some other luxury, yeah, I don't care, right? So the point is to find an amount that people value, and so that they'll value the course and they'll get an exchange for it. And that really depends on how much you have in your material wealth. You know, people from developing nations. There's a person from an African nation that I recently sent a 99% off coupon to, right? So he would have to pay less than $3 for the course. There's another person from an African nation a few years ago that I offered the 99% off coupon, and he said no, he wanted a 90% off coupon because he wanted to pay more, and that was an amount that he would feel that he had to work for, but that it didn't harm his family. You know, his wife and 4 children. So that was fine. There was somebody in an Eastern European country who gave me a token amount. I can't remember what it was. It was like 10 euros or 20 euros, and took the course, and actually took 2 courses. And then when he was in a better situation financially a few years later, he made payments and paid it off. And so I'm willing to work with anybody on whatever level they need. Do you want to make payments? Do you want to just give me a token amount? So if you're interested and you're really sincere about using these teachings to change your life, and you're going to do the practices and put in the work and go through the process of change and evolution, that's priceless. And that's priceless to me, because that's what's going to change this planet. The only thing that we're going to change the society in which we live and the crazy things going on today is by raising consciousness. And so for every person who raises their consciousness, by definition, the consciousness of the whole, the frequency of the whole has been raised. And if enough people do that, hopefully it'll be easy for the entire collective to raise their awareness, and for us to move from the consciousness that causes all this insanity that's happening in the world today. Okay, so my purpose is to get these teachings to as many people as possible. And if I could put them on the internet for free and just say, go, I would do that. But what I've discovered and experienced is that people who get it for free, they don't do the practices, they don't change, they don't grow, they don't get the benefits of the practices. So in order for it to have the most impact on you as an individual and on the collective whole, there needs to be an exchange. But I will absolutely happily let you set that exchange. So if you're a billionaire, give me some more money. I'll use that to spread the teachings more, to do what I can to help society evolve so that we can live in a conscious culture, right? But if you are in a tight financial situation, get in touch with me. Go to the website, click the email link, send me a message, tell me here's my situation and here's my proposal. I can make this payment, or I can just pay you up front, or I'll when my life changes, I'll pay money in the future, or I'll just pay it forward. I don't care. I'd rather have a sincere person receive the teachings and use the teachings to evolve. So yeah, feel free to get in touch with me. Okay. Beyond that, if you have questions for me, just type them in the comments. Start your comment with #AskJeff. I'm happy to answer questions. I can either answer you in the comment or make another video, or you can reach out to me at info@cobrabreath.org, or go to the website and click one of the contact links. Okay, so hope to see you out there. Much love and namaste.